Okay, the code you guys are going to do today is you guys are adding the message model and all the views related to it. It will look like, you will add like maybe a messages symbol here, similar to the chat symbol that is on Facebook. You see that we have this also similar to Facebook, the logo and the search bar. In your homework, you can probably do some search user stuff here. Let's say you generate like a million, 1,000 fake users from random API. That would be cool. Okay, so for messages, it look like this. And here's just one idea of how to implement it. It's quite similar to what the Oscar and Stan group is, that you can compose a new message, you can look at the inbox and send. I am going to eat the lazy route right now, which is just reusing them to show how you can reuse code to display messages here and here. That's using partial that you already know. But when you read this displaying a list of partial, you can actually render the whole collection. I'll show you guys. Right. So then this will work by we add some other user here. So I'll just do a walkthrough that achieve this. Okay. And you can see that the layout on all the messages here, they're using the same layout.
Did you do like 1/4 column and 3/4, or how is that?
That's a great question. There is actually a support for a menu here. It's a sidebar, and it's called a side menu. So it's menuing that. Boomar actually has that. That's another enhancement that's nice. Bootstrap didn't really have a good one for that. There's some extension.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah. So Boomar, I think it's pretty cool. But you guys can see it. We don't have much time, so let's see how much can we achieve starting from the starter code, okay? So let's go there. I have this branch right here, but I'm not gonna start with that branch. I will have this our lab 5.4 start. All right. Oh wait, let me just. Okay, never mind. I was going to say this to show the diagram, but never mind. What did I do until here? Style navbar burger. That was good. We saw that earlier in the code, right? In GitHub. So the first thing I'm going to do is create db drop db create db migrate. You will want to do this because my database setup might be slightly different from yours. So let's drop and create it again. I think I did not have the seed. Okay, I don't have it, so I'm going to seed it myself. Generate user, remember the method I did there, and it takes 2 arguments, but if you don't give anything, it just generates 5 user, I think. Awesome. Now I have all of that, and I just run Rails server. So what have we got? It looked like this. All right, great. I just have a sign up, sign in link. And so now I'm going to log in with Facebook. So I will have a new account. Great, I am logged in. It saved my images. Maybe if I press enter here, it should search the user. I don't have that yet, but I'm going to do the first thing, which is the messages icon here. I'll add it to the navbar. So I go to Font Awesome. And I find something that's related to message or chat. Let's see. Is anything useful? Maybe this one? Chat? So which one do you guys like to use? Comments over here? Yeah, so pretty much these two, or maybe comments, maybe just comments O, right? So I'll add it to the top here, add to the navbar, which means go to application layout, okay? And I will find it under, notice the structure, yeah? Navbar, container is optional, but you have navbar brand. Actually, there's an error here. Actually, no, that's the brand. After brand, there's an inside brand, you have item, 2 items, and burger, that's good. And then next to brand, sister of brand is navbar menu. That's good. Navbar start. I don't need anything in the middle. Start of the number. But this navbar menu is not displayed on mobile screen. Yeah, remember that. That's why you need the hamburger to display that. Not hamburger, just the burger. Navbar end here. I have, what is it? This is your image, my image there, and my name. To display, because this is flex, so flexbox layout, to display a character, the space character next to my name, otherwise there's no gap there. So this is called a no breaking space here. That's just a space characters, okay? And then I put it there. Look, this useful thing. Okay, so I have this link to friends. I don't actually have the page yet, so I click here. Okay. This is a fake link, but you can click in here. I'm not going to touch any of that. I am going to add one more thing here, which is a navbar item, right? It doesn't have navbar. That's just that. And actually, it's a link. So link to messages path will be okay. So we go to the messages. It means I need the icon. Comments O, remember that font icon thing over there? I'll call this messages and then messages path. This is the helper that I hope you guys wrote already. So it's in the application helper. It just create a span and a span. So just look into that. Huh? What? Yeah, so press command. Press command. You can command click and it go there, or command just leave it there. It goes. It stay there. All right. So if I refresh this page now, what will happen? I don't have messages path naturally. So I'm going to generate a bunch of stuff that I need. I need the routes. I will generate these. I will use resources messages. That makes sense. And then I also, so that will work. But if you go there, that's not nice. Let's make it look good first. Oh, I forgot the class name. Okay. Good. So if I click here now, by the way, you can even make this word messages disappear on mobile screen and only the message icon show, etc. All right, I need the model. Rails generate model message. Now I need the columns. What are the columns? I need to track who sent the thing. So sender is an integer. You're getting an idea now. I need to track who received the message. So it's another integer. These two are called foreign keys, right? And they are foreign keys pointing to what table? User table, thank you. I need a body, and I'm just going to say text instead of string, because this will be a larger text. Text here, you can type a really big one. All right, I think that's enough. I have the messages. Now I'm going to do the controller thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we have created that and like
Yep.
updated that.
Yep.
So
Should be
we
good
use
enough.
that later for-
All right. By the way, when you generate a model, you generate a controller, and then you add these routes up here. That's a shorter way to do that. It's called Rails generate resource. So I'm not gonna. Maybe this time I'll use it actually. So what I just did earlier now, I'm gonna delete this word, delete that, because and I'm gonna use resource just to show you guys. So far, only add the link. That's it. I'm gonna do Rails generate. Go back to this model here, but I'm gonna call this resource. Okay, watch. With resource, you get the model, you get the controller, and you also get the routes. It's all right. Now again, it just get an empty controller. That's nice. So if I go to here now, it will go to okay. I need to migrate.
with double resource.
Probably because I added it manually. All right, and then refresh it here. Excellent. It doesn't give you any view yet, which is good because we have to implement it ourselves. So what happens when you go to /messages? I don't like the fact that it's not really clear what's in here yet, so I decide to just say, when you go here, I'm going to go to my inbox. Yeah. So there are two ways to create this route. You can just say messages inbox path. That's it. And def inbox here. Okay. And go to routes. Then you can say get messages inbox. By now you know that if you do this, you get messages underscore inbox underscore path. Okay. Writing this is the same thing as writing this, right? And the longer version is even, messages inbox. This is the name of your helper. So messages inbox path, messages controller inbox action. But all of this is redundant because Rails know what it is. Now, when you go to inbox, you're seeing a list of messages. So I'm going to introduce, you can do this, but I'm going to introduce a slightly different syntax. This is called a collection syntax. This is optional. You don't have to, and then if you go get inbox, it just understand that this is inbox messages. All right, so if I do that, and I'm going to look at the routes for us to see. It's not messages inbox, okay? Now the action is put in front. Remember new inbox path? But now it is, instead of new inbox path, you have inbox messages path. New message path, edit message path. These are RESTful routes you already know. This is the new RESTful one that I just implemented, right? So it's called a collection because it doesn't need an ID. Okay, so under this page, I need to implement the view. So add view messages inbox.html.eib, yeah? Okay.
Why do I need an index if I just go straight to, why don't we just replace index with
Inbox. It's a preference. Right now, I don't know what to do with index. I think it's just nicer to call it inbox and call this sent. Okay? And then we will need new and create. Am I right?
I think new and create is the same.
No, when you go compose a new message and then when you submit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need these actions. And then probably now I can update the routes that I just mentioned that. I will get sent as well. Okay, and on this view that I just added, inbox here, this page is empty right now, so I was just gonna add here with Boomer. You can do class title like this. So I'm just doing inbox title. Let's go to inbox. Messages automatically redirect to. I need to update that. Redirect to inbox messages path. So the action first, and then this is your, if it's a collection, this is the plural. See the S there? If it's not a collection, then it's singular, such as my new message path or edit message path. This is not a collection, it's a member. All right, this is a collection. Looks good. Redirect to inbox. Fantastic. I have inbox here. I can go to send in the same way. All right, so that is missing. So I'm gonna create a new send file. And here will be class title sent. All right, so I want to be able to browse between these guys. So I'm going to include the view for the sidebar. So let's go to Boomar, and then here I hopefully I can find it. It's under menu here. And this is your sidebar. It's just called menu, a simple menu for any type of vertical navigation. Fantastic. And I really always try to simplify, right, guys? Like, I just see that I have a menu and I have menu label and I have a list. That's all I care about. Okay, menu label and list. So I'm going to do that right here. I will change the inbox page. Here I have a site, it's just a component name, but here's the menu, right? What else? Menu label and menu list. Okay, so I have P menu label and I have UL menu list. So let's say I have two lists, three of them actually. So in here I have this as my messages, and down here maybe I can have link to compose, new message path. All right, do I need any link? Okay, that's enough. There's no need for class name link there. Very good. So technically, I could just copy this. It's faster. Instead of compose, I do inbox and send. All right. So you can see inbox, but inbox is to display many messages, so it's messages, and send is also send messages. Now you see how in the Rails world everything reads beautiful, like an essay just like that. So this is under send, so I'm gonna go to just messages. I see that. Okay, fantastic. You can now display something as an occurrence. So I'm not sure. Hey, something is wrong, guys. Uh-oh. I have 3 lists. That's not good. It should be an li in each one. So let me actually delete this. This should be li. All right. One item in there. This li ul. Change this guy to li. All right. So anything else? It's not menu list. Okay. What else is there? Missing template to go to new, but I haven't gone to new. All right. First, yeah, I don't have new yet. Does it look all right with the structure here? Yeah, but there's an is active. How do I mark this as active? Manage your team. So this A, okay, the link can be is active. Here's the cool thing about it too. Class, you say is active. Okay, let's as an example, and that will be is active. All right. Now I need to do a few things here. First, I need to use the columns. How many columns do I have? Only 2, no? Huh? Column, 2 of them, right? The first column is these guys. Okay? And you can tell it how big it is, so you can say is 1/3. And then the second column will just expand by itself. So then the second column, now you can add the stuff in here. Oh, all right. It's getting there. Okay. And if you want the padding stuff, probably, why is the padding not on? This is because this is the small screen. When you look at a bigger screen, it actually looks like that. So this view right now, it's a bit mean on the padding. I don't like it. We'll just keep it there for now. What else do I need to do? I need to mark is active at the right place. Yeah. Here. So for example, I'm going to copy this and create a new code app view messages new.html and here copy, and in here you can say new message. Well, that's a problem. So if I click here, I click compose, it will go there and it's new message. If I click inbox, it will go to inbox with this one right here as is active, right? This here. So first I implement something that not there. Click here. Not bad. Do you understand so far? I marked the is active class. You look so sleepy. Ian. You okay? Huh? All right.
If you don't mind, if you can, could you do it with like putting that in layout and then just putting in the logic?
Exactly.
Because I was trying to do that for the homework, but I didn't have time.
So nested layout is what I need to do next. Rails nested layout. I think you might be able to find it right here. The Rails guide. Okay. The idea they tell you that is you could just follow this, to be honest. But normally in application you have a yield. Okay, and this time you say, actually, don't just yield, but see if someone define the content for a keyword. Let's say the keyword is content, yield that. And if someone, now it's gonna be a little tricky for me to explain this because for the favor of speed, and I will just do it and then you guys just follow along, right? So one thing to know about layout is that if you create a file here with the same name as your controller, that's gonna take over as your layout file. Okay? So here, if I say hello, just nothing but hello, right? If I go to anything in the messages controller, it will be there, right? So you will think, okay, then I will just do yield. Then I get it. Sure, you get it, but you don't get the whole HTML and CSS of the application layout. Then you're like, sure, I'm gonna copy this file and then paste in here, and you're like, no, but that's just stupid, right? That doesn't make sense. I don't want to repeat this logic. So here's a trick. I call render file layout / application. So I say get all the content in this application and put it in here. So I render that right inside this file. However, if I want to do that, then this yield thing is messed up, right? Something is just not right. I want the content inside this to go into the yield inside this application. So you have a little bit of a chicken and egg problem. I want what I type up here go inside here because application is the parent layout. So all I ask is it takes time to understand it. But I'm gonna do this so you guys can see. In a nested layout, you do something like this. So I can call it content, you can call it anything else, but normally the convention is content, all right? And in here, I provide the code specific to the messages layout, which means is this code in the inbox. All right, look at this one very carefully. Inside the content block, right, I define something that is something that has a sidebar, and then inside here, I'm going to yield. That's where I'm going to yield. And then this whole thing get yield inside the layout. To do that, I tell the layout to yield only the content. So content4 is a helper for me to put this whole HTML into a container called content. And then that content now is yielded by the parent in this yield content. Now, I'm not going to expect you to understand that immediately, but you just have to stay awake as much as you can. If I do this for pages that doesn't have nested layout, it doesn't work because there's nothing in here. So therefore, there is if there is content inside content, then you yield. If not, then you yield it the normal way, the old way. You will learn this in the lab, and you can go back here to check more. Okay? Now there's a one-liner syntax which is like content4 exists here. You see how they call it differently. You can nest it 3 level. But yeah, content4 question mark. If it exists, then yield content. If not, yield. I'm doing it in 3 different lines here, but you can do it with one line. Content4 exists, then yield content. If not, yield. All right, that's the one-liner syntax. And ladies and gentlemen, we have nested layout. This one, now go to new. All right, why is it empty? Under messages, I yield over here. Oh, I yield twice, that makes no sense. Just that. And then under new message, I have this, that's weird. It should display again, right? I think there's something wrong with the HTML closing. So let's see. Body. There's nothing in here. My content is empty. Let's see what's going on. Messages, content for content, and then damn it, Rails. They require equal now. In early version of Rails, they didn't have it, like 1, 2, 3, but all right, that's fine. So it means I save this whole text inside here into a content block. It's just hidden somewhere in this like container content, and then you call yield content to give it out. Still not saved, not fixed. Messages, render this file down here. Oh, all right. I forgot the equal sign to print it out. So actually, maybe you don't need the content for. Oh, here, there's no equal. There's no equal. Okay, very good. So back to the messages here, no equal here. It just save it. It's not printing to this current file. It's save it into yield content. All right. Hell yeah. So how do I fix this? That's right. Delete. So I'm gonna make it smaller so I don't have the mobile view. In my new now, all I have is just this guy, right? That's it. Done. Okay, let's implement creating a new message. And we're revisiting how to implement a form. By now, you probably know. Someone help me out? Form 4. Message. Yeah. To do this, you do have to go to message controller. And under new, you create a new message.new, yeah? Okay. All right. So, and then what else do you do with this block? You have f dot. All right. Now, I do know I have a text area that is called body. Class name is text area. That's Puma style. And you need something else? There's no. Huh? Do you want to select box? You need to select a recipient. So you're gonna do the input params. Remember the params? Select ID, recipient ID. It's like that. And now here you pass in an array that looks like this, right? Adam is ID 1, Bob ID 2. Then the text Adam is displayed to the user, and value 1 is submitted to the form. So I'm going to give you an example right here. This is Adam. This is body. And when you submit it, instead of submit the word Adam, submit the word body, the value is 1 or 2. So you can inspect that to know more, okay? This is the HTML construct. Under select here, you have option, the Adams, you see that value there? Okay? All right, but we need to display users. Huh? User.all map. By now, you should be pretty comfortable with this. Done. BEA beautiful. So, you have this, the guys that I have. You do want except myself though, no?
We also want only friends, right?
Right, you also want any friends? Because I don't have any friends, so I'm just going to allow you to send to everyone. For this feature, I can just write in readme and say to do, right? Restrict, sending messages to friends only, right? For example. But right now, it is easier to test. I do want maybe accept myself, yeah? So in this case, you probably can say user, you can use select method. Probably it's better if you just say user accept current user. Create that as a method like that. Okay? And then where do you go? You go here. And in here, I just create a method called accept some user here. Okay? So here's when you can say all minus this user. That. or you can, it's this is an array minus another array. Okay, here's a non-syntax. This is the SQL way where you say, hey, go to SQL and look at all the user with the ID different from this guy. Okay, then you can test this in the console, by the way. Go to the console and test user accept user.first and see if it works or not, right? Okay, so enough of that. I think up there it looks fine. If you want, you can just say, you can even do user options, recipient options. Take this user. I'm showing you a way to keep your code really clean and easy to test. So I move this whole thing down here. The accept method is in the same class, and I move it down here. Then I can test this in my console again. So go to a console and you can test, user.recipient options, and it must look like an array of name and ID, name and ID, name and ID. I'm not going to show that now because we don't have time. So user.recipient action, with that options, user, current user. All right, take a second to just see that. Does that kind of make sense? If it doesn't, please ask. So I don't have a current user here. That is not cool. Do I have current user? So why is it complaining? Did I have a typo? Oh, accept current user down here is wrong. Accept user. Okay? Know myself, no more myself, and this is just the other users. Okay, success. So then I need to style it the Booma way. So you want to put it in a field, so there's some padding at the bottom. Put it inside in this case, a select element. So put this guy in there. Okay? In fact, the select element should be in a control element, ironically. So that's the complete version. And I'll do the same thing for this guy. Select control like that. Okay. More typing, but you get used to it. Now, I need to also add a label. Up here, one more label. And this label is for recipient. This recipient ID with the same name here, it's very cool. You can click on the label and it will just go into the... Alright, let's look at this page. You click here, it go to this label right here. You click here, you click on body, it will highlight this area. I think I have the label, I have the recipient. Looks good. What's missing?
Submit.
Thank you. So it was also under field and control. You can even group the submit button, but here I just do button send. All right. Okay. So this button has to have a class button. Okay. Now you might want to make it fancy, so why not turn this into an icon? Let's make sure it aligns nicely. Why don't I make it into an icon, something like, again, Bootstrap, what's that, Font Awesome? Send, and then send, yeah? The first one is the icon there. So, let's see if I guessed the, damn, sexy. And then I want the things down here to be also like that. Compose, you change that. I want this to work, okay? For this to work, then I need to define the relationship. You want to stand up because that don't look too sleepy. I need the relationship. So here, by now you can implement this. What is it? Message params. Params.require message. What is it that gets sent to me? Recipient ID and body. That's it. Now here you can say message.new message params, and what's missing? You want this message dot sender to be user, right? And that's enough for you to save it. If it's saved, then you redirect to maybe redirect to send messages path. If not, render this new and then display the errors. Are we good? By the way, I could display the error the lazy way. I only display the flash for the current page. I could use flash now. So I'm going to display it. Error message dot errors dot full messages dot to sentence. Alright? Although I do want to, because I'm going to use it in the view actually. So I want to change them to the instance variable. So when you go back to this template, it has the form, you can reuse it. Okay? So I need to make this work. Now you may think, okay, what's the relationship so far? I have not defined the relationship. And last time we did something like current user.messages.build. Why am I not doing it here? Because if you do current user.messages, it doesn't make sense. Is it for sender or recipient? Okay? So I want something like maybe send messages, and then you can call create message params. That will work the same way. So depends on your preferences. So I like this way a lot. So maybe boom, I change it to this way. Okay, it will work, right? Oh, could maybe call it build so I don't have to call save twice. I call create here, but instead of create, I call build. Now, how do we make this send messages work? It comes with has many. So in here now you have has many sent messages. Oh, that's pretty cool. But how does Rails know what class to use? You have to tell it the class name. How does it know what foreign key to use? What foreign key do I use? Send ID. Lloyd, you're not supposed to answer. Same thing you can do receive messages. Now try. Messages, what's the foreign key, Qui? Monster ID? Okay. So then you can go into the Rails console and you can do pretty cool stuff. User.first, user.second, and then send messages is initially nothing, but you could actually create one with the recipient, which is B. And the body is hello. Right? Now, great, recipient doesn't exist. Why? I need to define recipient. So a message belongs to a sender. Does it know what class? You have to tell it. So it belongs to recipient. Does it know what class? Then what do? Does it know the foreign key? Yes. Just look at that one and add underscore ID to it. Nothing hard there. Reload. A is first, B is second, and then you call A dot this. Boom! We have the first message.
So can we do B dot receive message?
Huh? Yes, of course. Now B dot receive. Thank you very much. Receive messages should include this. It does.
Nice.
And if you want the simple way, dot body, and that will return a string. So same thing here. Hello here will be it's me. Then B will be like hello. Now you have to reload it though. It's a bit tricky. Uh-oh, I don't even know how to do that. You could actually just say reload B. Hello, it's me. Yeah? So you have to force it to open it. Okay, one more thing. Let's display the messages and we're done for lunch. So, messages, controller, inbox. This will be messages equal to current user dot what? Come on. Then down here will be send messages, right? In your inbox views, nothing here anymore. I'm going to display the inbox. Yeah. So I'm going to display them in a bunch of messages object. So I have messages here. Maybe H1 here will be inbox. Okay. And then now I display messages dot each do message. Alright, let's render this guy. Okay, let's render it. So you later on you will learn how to do render with a message like this. It will understand where to go and stuff. But I'm gonna put all the code in here. I need a message. So this is the message Booma style. Message in Booma style, you have a message header and a message content, message body. It's kind of hard to remember the names. So in the header now, I will display, this will be from and to, right? Let's do the simple version like, strong. Inbox, yeah, from someone. So where's it from? Yeah? Looks pretty good. And then what's the body? Okay? And I don't have any messages yet. Someone need to send me a message. So let's send him a message. Harley is the last user so far, okay? And let B send her, let's say B, I'm gonna create a message right now. Message.create. Sender is user.first. Recipient is my A up there. And body will be, what's up? Done, refresh, done, right? From this person here. Now it's a bit weird. This is Flexbox, so you guys will not understand this very much yet. But here's the trick for now. I put this in a div. I put this in a div like this. Can you guys stop making that sound? So rude. All right. Go to sleep early, people. Alright, I need to put this here, and if I do it, it's a bit funny because Flexbox just put these guys as horizontal, even though they're div. It's not like.
You didn't close the tab.
Yeah, close it and close it here. It looks like this. It's kind of funny. So because the direction inside here, so when do you have this problem? Just follow me and add like flex direction column, and actually then it will put this div vertical, and now it's still a bit weird that is like that. So then you say align items left, and then here instead of from to, I do this as, yeah, let's see, from to here, this will be recipient. Alright, that's myself, and the cool thing is this whole thing now is a message I can reuse. So I delete this, and I could do this as, and put it in the partial. Code at view messages, unpartial is message.html.erb. And that, the code will put in here. And in here now I have render. The syntax for rendering a partial in Rails, the longest syntax is this. Render partial, very similar to ERB. Message, locals variable, message, message. Let's see if it works, yeah? It works, right? If I change it to something else, it doesn't work. Please do this often so you actually make sure that you're editing the right file. Look, but this is a bit stupid. I see the word message everywhere, so Rails is like, I'm super smart. Why don't you do this and I'll just decide everything for you. It works, yeah? That's also pretty cool, and Rails is like, I'm actually smarter than that. Why don't you just do this and I'll take care of everything for you. Okay? It works. So it means
What did you just delete?
I just delete the entire array. I render the whole collection.
Oh, nice.
So now your send view will be the same thing. I just render messages. And then I go to send. There's nothing, but no problem. I will try to send a message to this guy. Verbs, message params.
Typo, params.
This one? Where?
It says message params.
This is the best way to keep you guys awake. Done. So in Send, I have the message. In Compose, ladies and gentlemen, we just implement the whole lab in 30 minutes. All right? But you see the way it's rendered, everything just reads like freaking English. Except when things go wrong, good luck figuring it out. All right.